Hi, welcome again to the Late Blooming Autistic. Today we're going to talk about how to set time and energy boundaries. Imagine your energy like colored pencils. Some days you only have 3 colors left: purple, green, and a very tired blue. Boundaries are choosing not to start a new page. So today I will be discussing how to set time and energy boundaries. Let's get started. First, let's talk about being rushed or pressured. This could happen when your coworker asks if you can take an extra task and stands there waiting while you're still processing. So what's involved? Ask yourself, am I experiencing tightness in my chest? Am I breathing fast? Is my mind shutting down? Am I unable to find words or having trouble thinking clearly? Do I feel the need to run away or escape? Also, so how can you set your boundaries? Wow, look at this pencil. it's not working right. Anyway, so how can you set your boundaries? You might say, I need time to think before I commit. I'll let you know this afternoon. So the point is, pressure steals processing time. A boundary restores it. I think this one's tired like the blue. Okay. Next is last minute changes. It's possible that you've mentally prepared all day for a quiet evening, and a family member announces guests are coming over in an hour and assumes you will socialize. So ask yourself, am I suddenly feeling temperature changes or feeling fidgety? Am I stimming more? Do I suddenly feel anxious, panicky, or frustrated? Does it feel like I can't keep up? Did something just change? So this color is grass green. And the color that was giving me some trouble is parrot green. So we'll just stick with the grass green. So how can you set your boundaries? You could say, I was not prepared for a change tonight, so I'm going to keep my original plans. And the point is, you're allowed to decline unexpected changes because flexibility has an energy cost. So the next point we're going to discuss is overscheduling without recovery time. So suppose you have a doctor's appointment, you need to go to the grocery store, you planned coffee with an old friend, and you have to finish that task at work because it's due tomorrow. So some things you might want to ask yourself is, if this process happens a lot, am I tired all the time, even after sleeping or resting? Am I struggling with tasks that used to be easy? Also, am I having more meltdowns or shutdowns? Have my tolerances for noise, light, or sound become reduced? Am I forgetting to eat, neglecting my hygiene, or struggling to communicate? Also, are small changes causing me to get angry? Am I feeling the need to work harder or quote unquote, pass as a neurotypical? Am I dreading tasks, falling behind schedule, or no longer finding joy in my special interests? Do I have back to back commitments without 1 to 2 hours of quiet time between them? Those are good questions that we can ask ourselves to know if we are not setting um, time and energy boundaries. If we wind up overscheduling ourselves and not giving ourselves um, recovery time. So, how can you set boundaries? Well, you might tell yourself, I could do one of these today, but I need recovery time between these activities. And the point is that recovery time is part of the activity, not separate from it. All right, so the next point we're going to discuss is expect it to be available without notice. That happens to everybody. So, how can we, as late blooming autistic adults, handle this? So, for example, a friend repeatedly calls during your quiet time and later says, "Well, I knew you weren't busy." Ask yourself, do I have the capacity for that right now? And how can you set the boundaries? You would probably need to say, I'm not always available for unscheduled calls. As simple as that. And or you can ask them to please text first so I can plan. And the point for this is availability is not the same as accessibility. All right. And the next point is not being allowed adequate rest after social or work demands. Others may expect you to continue engaging after draining activities. So you want to ask yourself, in my past experience, was I able to work an 8-hour day, a 4-hour day, or a 2-hour day? Were 2 chores all I could handle for the day? Are 2 hours too long to hang out with my friends? Is having company over to my home something I can handle? So, how can you set boundaries? You can tell yourself or your friends or your workmates, I need downtime after certain activities so I can recharge. Let's talk tomorrow. And the point of this is rest is regulation, not avoidance. So, to summarize, time boundaries protect your schedule. Energy boundaries protect our nervous system. Both matter equally. So just remember, If you feel like you only have 3 pencils and one of them's not working too well, then just remember it's time to think about how are you feeling. Are you starting to get into overwhelm? And learn to set boundaries. Of course, this is going to take time, and we didn't learn till we were autistic. I know I didn't learn till I was 57, and I don't know how old you were when you learned, but it takes time to adjust. So be patient with yourself. And next time, we're going to discuss setting cognitive boundaries. So I look forward to you joining me again. And if you'd like, please hit the subscribe button below so you can be notified when the next video comes out. Thank you and have a good day.